First of all, I'd just like to thank Brian for giving me an opportunity to come up here and tell a little bit about my story. Today is a kind of an emotional day for me because I had a very emotional dream about the first woman I ever loved, and that first woman was my mother. And so as the day goes, she's in me, my spirit and everything like that. God has been so great to me over the years. He's done so much for me. First of all, this morning, he gave me my wake-up call this morning. And I want to thank him for that because when I woke up this morning, I saw that lady right there next to me, which just brings me joy. Had a rough childhood, but I used to mimic my grandmother all the time. I used to hear her say, Lord have mercy, put your hands on us. God, we need you. God, we love you. Help us, please. And after she passed, I found myself saying that a lot because it was very rough for me and my mom. And my prayers was answered. I was rescued, and that rescue came through the form of my dad. But I was also sad because he rescued me. He didn't rescue her. But time went on and things got better. And I remember maybe about 12 years ago, I was going through a very bad situation. I was married. The lady didn't want to be married anymore. I accept that. But it was hard for me to get over that. It was so hard that my brothers them used to tease me and used to say I can't get right. If anybody ever saw that movie Life, I couldn't get right. I couldn't get right. But one day I decided to get on my knees and I prayed to God. I told him, I said, God, that rope you gave me to hold on to, it's gone. And I need you to help me and show me how to get back on my feet again. So as I cried myself to sleep, he came to me. He called me Eric. That's my middle name. So I knew he knew me. He said, if you're ready to change your life, grab my hand, son. I threw it up there. I don't know how long I held my hand in the air. I don't know how long he held my hand. But when I woke up that morning, my hand was still in the air. And when my feet hit the ground, I felt different. It felt like when I walked, I felt like sparks was coming from my feet because I knew God had his hands on me. I was strong again. I was that man again. Can't get right no more. I was Mr. Right. And so I went to work that day. I had an awesome day at work that day. And to make that day even better, as I was getting ready to leave, I decided to get on Facebook real quick because I had a few minutes to spare. And I noticed I had a message on Messenger. I said, who's this messaging me? So I looked at it, and I saw the name, and I quickly went to the profile, and I saw this beautiful face, and I just started crying. Then I started smiling. I was smiling so much I thought my lips was going to split. So I stopped smiling, and I just started thanking God. And if you haven't figured out who that was that woman right there. I met her years ago, and as a matter of fact, when I finished school, I said, let me get this job. Now let me go find this woman so I can start my life. I looked for her for a week. I couldn't find her. So time went on. And like I said, I got married. That didn't work out. But he had brought this woman to me, so we got together, and of course, I came here. We decided to get married. She kind of hurt my feelings because when I first sold the ring, she just looked at it because it wasn't big as it should have been. But she got it together, and we both got together, so we making plans to get married. And I like to say that I was in my rocket ship of love, just floating through the air. And then about a half a mile from heaven, I was dropped back down to the ground. And I didn't understand that, but what happened, I found out that I had cancer. And it was bad. It was so bad that it was embedded in my spine, embedded in my hips, and embedded in my legs. That's why I had so much pain. And I was like, no, come on, God, not again, not again, not again. And I asked my wife, I said, hey, look here. I don't want the same thing that happened last time. So are you going to ride with me or am I going to do this by myself? Because I told you I was tougher than a $2 steak. I can handle this. And so she didn't say anything, but I looked at her, and the look that she gave me told me everything I needed to know. Yeah, I knew that look. That's the same look that my dad used to give me when he was about to knock my neck muscles loose. So I knew that she was with me. So the doctor told me, he said, Wendell, can I be frank with you? I said, man, you can be Frank, John, Willie, whoever you want to be. Tell me what I need to do. He said, sir, you need 6 months of chemo. 6 months of chemo every 21 days. And every time you get this chemo, we're going to give you this shot to strengthen your bones because we're scared your bones are very fragile. You might break if you fall. So I said, okay, we can do this. So I started the chemo. I got the chemo on a Wednesday. Went to work that Thursday and Friday. And that Saturday, while at the movies, like a nuclear explosion just hit me. I was sick. I couldn't handle it. So we went back to the house. And 3 months into the chemo, appearance started changing. And I hope I don't offend anybody when I say this, because I looked like an albino with no hair. I had got lighter. I was light-skinned like Michael Jackson. And so I just kept on fighting. And so it was about a week before my wedding, and I asked the doctor, I said, can I please not take this chemo, because I want to feel good for my wife. I want to feel good. It didn't work, because that morning I was sick. I don't know how sick a dog get, but I wanted some grass. So grass to eat, that is. They say dogs that get sick, they eat grass. So I'm at my wedding. I'm standing at the altar, me and my brother, and I can hear the music playing, and I can hear the people, oh, she is so beautiful. Go ahead, Chrissy. I see you, girl. It's your day. And I hadn't seen it yet. So when she got down to the end of the thing, I saw her, and I said, oh, my God. And I bend over like this, because I lost my breath. My brother's like, what's wrong? You okay, man? I said, yeah. I said, man, you see my wife? He said, boy, do I see her? The question is, do you see her? You in trouble tonight. I hope you ate your Wheaties tonight. But when I rose up, all that pain I had left. I was feeling good. I was ready to run around the church. I was ready. And when she started singing to me, she started singing Kiss Me, I'm Falling by Lena James. I started crying. And at the same time, I just started praying to God. Thank you, Heavenly Father. I just want to thank you for everything you've done to me. You saved me when I was running the streets of San Francisco. You saved me when I was a young fool at the University of Pine Bluff, bucking and acting wild. And you saved me when I lost my heart. You helped me find it. I'm not Mr. Get Right. I'm Mr. Get Right now. And you saved me from this dreaded disease I got. You kept me. And now I'm getting ready to marry this beautiful woman who I've loved ever since the first day I saw her. October 17, 1982 was on a Tuesday, and God, you was there. And I thank you for her. I thank you. So by this time, she's here with me, and we said our wedding vows. Come September, me and this woman will be married 8 years. And it hasn't been 8 good years. This has been 8 wonderful years, because I'll take the chemo and all that stuff just to be with her again, because when I first saw her, I knew she was going to be my wife. I knew she was. And as I go back to my seat, I just want my wife to do one thing for me. I need her to open up that door to that rocket ship of love so I can get back in there with her so we can ride again. I don't know where we're going to go, and I don't know how long I'm going to be with her. But as long as I know God is with me, we can do anything. And as Smokey Robinson would say, baby, let's cruise.